I am semi-prepared and semi-not.
That's kind of how we always do it, isn't it?
That's how I live my life.
Yeah. There's very few times that I'm fully prepared, and actually quite a few more times that I'm wholly unprepared.
I know for a fact the time and place in my life when I straight up told myself, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck everything. And
When was that time and place?
sophomore year of college, I had to give a presentation about. I have no idea what it was for. I can't remember, but I was so nervous. I was I had to give this 5-minute speech of this paper I read and have visual stuff with it, and I was so nervous and so terrified to do it. I'm like, I'm gonna suck. Oh my God. And then right before I went up, I felt like this wash of calm. And I heard myself, I don't know if it was something else or I heard something. It was like, Nick, nobody gives a shit about this except you. And I was like, oh my God, you're right, brain or whatever told me. So I got up there and I was just like, whatever. So I just I just did it all. I didn't even look at my script and I was quippy and whatever. And so from then on, I've tried to just every time I'm nervous for something or I have to do something, I just go, nobody cares. And then for some reason, I know that's weird to say, but for me, it works.
I mean, and then we ended up starting a podcast.
Yeah.
In which nobody cares what we say or do.
Well, some people do.
Some people
have their opinions.
We got some loyal fans out there, but by and large, that helps me to just relax and talk about whatever nonsense we're going to talk about because, yeah, nobody cares.
I can't hear the word by and large without thinking of the company from WALL-E.
Oh, that was that company's name, wasn't it?
They're the dystopian people that ruin the world.
I don't know. Why do I say by and large? What do I mean by that?
It's a saying. It's
a
term of phrase.
I know, but normally I understand why I say the things I say. I don't know.
Why would you say by and large?
Yeah, I don't.
But I mean, it works in that context, though.
No, it does because we expect it to because somebody came up with that phrase. But what did they mean? And why did people copy it? Why do we still do it? Who am I?
I mean,
what is this place?
I do have basically the Alexandria Library right here on this tablet. And I could look it up, but I don't want to.
We're not gonna.
No, because I can't spell.
Fair enough. By and large, hard words, multiple syllables.
By in large and apostrophe.
Yeah.
See,
B-U-Y, B-Y-E, B-Y.
I couldn't even spell.
B-Y-U, Brigham Young.
B-Y-O-B. I can't say I can't spell.
B-Y-O-B.
I almost said B-Y-O-W.
Bring your own
woman.
Yeah, bring your own woman.
Bring your.
We ain't got no women for you here.
Bring your other wife.
Bring your own woman. Bring your other wife.
Bring your other wife. Come on, Jackson.
Your other
Bring your other wife, who
Oh.
is your cousin, and my cousin. We're all cousins.
So when I said earlier, where is this? What is this place? The answer was Alabama.
Yes.
Okay.
Nick Cannon, Alabama State. How's your data? Hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em horns.
I love that. Have you seen the Key and Peele skit?
I did. It's so fun. And the names are so ridiculous.
Jaquan Don Fart Stick.
Yeah.
I'm starting this off a weird one, guys, because I have put together. This is going to be a strange opener because it's not really a topic. And so that's why I'm not saying the intro because I don't know how long this is going to go on for. So I have put together some events in my life where I believe that I have manifested something into existence and that it is a cultural, known, it is a popular thing that is known within at least American culture and maybe British culture. And I believe that I am the one. I'm probably very wrong because I was very young when this stuff happened. To put into context, I, growing up, and still kind of do, I have always been a very big attention seeker.
No, you don't say.
Yes. Thanks, therapy.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm an attention seeker. Sit down. We know.
Sit down. Sit down. Oh, my God, that's so good.
We should. That'd be a great bit.
Oh, okay.
If it's Attention Seekers Anonymous and everybody's just vying for the podium the whole time.
They stand up and they're like, I'm Nick. Get off.
Nobody cares.
This is why we're here. None of you matter.
You're not special.
That's why in college, my brain told me, Nick, you're not special. You don't have to be the best.
Because you were convinced that up until that point, you were the absolute best that's ever existed.
Yeah, whatever that topic that I was talking about was.
I'm the goat
What was that about?
I'm the goat of the War of 1812 history presentations.
You changed by yourself. This used to be the symbol of the eye. Now it's a ghost.
Oh, that's weird.
It's actually just a really glitchy app.
Okay. Or it's actually a ghost. We'll see if it comes back. Huh.
Well, if it does, you'll let us know.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, let's continue. You
I-
were an attention seeker.
yes, and I still am, and I admit that. I know that. And I know you know that about me, where I like.
Oh,
to,
and you know that about me. We have a podcast together. This is not.
We're both very much attention.
Normal people don't do this.
I mean, I'm a Leo. You're a Capricorn. They're both the most attention-seeking signs. Not gonna lie.
Sure.
I mean, I don't subscribe to it, but it's fun to like. Oh,
Yeah.
like
I just like to hear all the things that people tell me that I am. Like, oh, you know me so well.
yeah. I mean, I like to do it too. Just be like, oh, that's what a coincidence. I don't like live by it or anything. Like, people are people. People are gonna do what they want. But like, oh, you did that because of this. Like,
Yeah.
just,
Wear purple socks today, or you're gonna be shot.
you shot your pants today
Yeah.
in the horoscope. I knew. I wore a diaper.
Yeah.
Should've worn a diaper.
You should have worn a diaper. Somebody
Yep.
broadcast the brown note across the entire state. And I was the
Yeah.
only one who was prepared.
I was like, oh, here it comes, and I felt it. I went, ah.
it was quite a nice experience for me.
Yeah, it was actually very like freeing.
It was. I've been constipated for about a week before.
Stinky, but freeing.
Anyway, you're trying to do this cold open. I'm sorry.
I know that was the case. And growing up, especially when I was a kid, like I spent a lot of time by myself. Like my sister and I had a 4-year age gap, so I was like, ew, my sister's friends, there's like little friends, little gremlins, like,
They're
and
little
she
gremlins.
always looked up to me as like, wow, my weird older brother that makes those weird videos, which I found out actually had a very big impact on her childhood. I learned later.
Are the videos that we made?
Yeah, well, her Wi-Fi name is called Lime Time.
Did we do something horrible? Did we ruin your sister's childhood?
No, because
By
Taylor.
making weird videos that we did?
So you know, like, I'll bleep
Yeah.
you guys' names out, but
Yeah.
so like my sister is roommates with past like 5 years.
Oh, I didn't know
they've
that.
lived together forever. And so whenever I go visit her, I see her, and when I first found their Wi-Fi name, I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, and she's like, yeah, we loved, like, whenever you guys would have us do videos with you, we would love doing it. It was so much fun. I'm like,
Oh.
I was like, what?
Oh, it's positive then. That's good.
Yeah, and so they said they loved it, and they said they looked up to us because we were so creative, and they weren't. So I was like,
I'll take it.
and that night I found out I was also very drunk. It was my sister's birthday, and I was like, I can't believe I was like crying. I was like, I didn't realize I had such a.
I see.
Like I was
You guys aired a lot of stuff out,
like
especially the vomit.
I just felt I felt moved that like I had an impact that way.
No, that's honestly like, yeah, that's a nice feeling right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's freeing. Much like pooping one's pants.
Yeah, freeing.
Yeah, liberating.
Doing it now.
Yeah.
Just turn red like a toddler.
you just sit there and just get redder and redder.
Like when your toddler goes to poop. Have you seen the videos like when your toddler goes to poop and they're just standing in a corner like?
No, I've seen my toddler do it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Back to the topic. When I was very little, still now, I tend to exaggerate a lot of things, or I would make up stories to get attention. And back then, I was like, I'm gonna make the sickest story. People are all gonna like me because when I was a kid, of course, like if I say this, people are gonna talk to me, and I'm gonna get attention. And people are gonna go, "Oh, what?"
Yeah.
But when you make up shit, you gotta keep digging yourself
It's
holes.
true. You got to back it up, and then you got more lies, and
But
there
I
you go.
was smarter than that.
Yeah.
I was a devious little liar. So, and I mean, and in therapy, I have learned that I do have a habit of, I have this weird habit of like, say like, oh, I went to the store and, oh my God, I went to buy, or like I found all these like apples on sale. I bought 20 of them, but I actually bought 10. And I don't know why my knee-jerk reaction is to say
'cause
20.
10 is still a lot of apples.
I know, but like, why? Why did I need to do that? Because what I've learned is that if I feel like my story is not enticing enough, nobody's gonna care, and nobody's gonna listen to me. So I, out of habit, like subconsciously, will tack on these things. So I have to catch myself and go, wait, no, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. It was this. So
Interesting.
it's a weird, like, because I did it for literally my entire life. So breaking that has been, which I don't really do much anymore, but it happens from time to time, and I have to catch myself. So I don't.
Yeah. I don't fault you for it. That's like
Yeah,
a lot
it's
of people do that.
It's a character. It's like a character trait that but I like. The reason I bring that up is because, like, yes, back then I would make up these crazy stories. Like, I had a small group of friends, and at the time, if this was before you and I became friends, so this was third grade.
I hadn't come to that school yet.
Yeah,
Then.
so this was third grade because I remember you and I were not friends yet, or you had just started and we hadn't like been on the same baseball team yet.
Yeah.
So it was like right before you and I became friends. So what we did at recess was, since we were a little bit, I was trying to be cool and impress people. So my friends and I, instead of playing, the teachers would take us all to the football field that had the track, and everyone else would play like games on the field. Well, I was with my friends, my 3 friends. We would just walk laps and talk about stuff because I hated sports stuff. I hated being active. I wanted to be cool. And so we were talking about, like, if I remember correctly, we were talking about movies and stuff. I was like, guys, I saw this one like trailer for a movie, and it was about so this is me making up a story about a movie that I had no idea was that I'm making up. I don't think is a real movie. I go, yeah, I seen like the scariest movie, and they're like, what movie? What's the scariest movie you've seen? I was like, it was about this like creature that lives in the sewer, but like it looks like a clown, and and like it like takes kids and and it's really, really, really scary. And they were like, what's it called? And I went, It.
No kidding.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. And so I completely made up the fact that there was a movie called It because, like, oh, just like It, like, what is it? Like, in my head, I was like, if the movie's called It, that's super scary because it's like such a weird title. And so then later, like,
but it's also hard to verify. If you just say it's It, they'll be like, oh, like, how are they gonna know?
Yeah, because like they didn't know, and they all believed me because they were all dumb third graders just like me. So I was like, yeah, I got him. So I started like saying how scary it was and that we should watch it sometime. And then in my head, I didn't think about it till later that I was like, oh, I lied, and that movie isn't real. Like, what if they do want to watch it later? And then like a day later, I see a commercial because they re-released the original miniseries on DVD like a week later. So there were a bunch of commercials for it. Because this is back in like 2000, like 4, 5.
No, that doesn't seem right.
2002?
How old are you in third grade?
I'm trying to remember.
How old are third graders?
I don't remember.
Because we would have been like 10 or 11 in 2004.
No, it probably would have been like 2004 because I'd have been 10 or 11.
I just said that.
Yeah. So
I just manifested that. You see?
Yeah,
I made it real.
Yeah, so you would have, like, yeah, so it would have been 2004-ish.
Okay.
So around that time. So, and the original, like, run, the miniseries of It came out in, like, 1980 something.
Well, the book was, I just Googled
the book.
this. I want to pretend that I'm smart and that I didn't just Google this. I just Googled this. The book was from 1986.
Okay.
So
I don't know when the original, they call it a miniseries because it's, like, broken up into specials, but I don't know when that came out, but I was talking about it as if it were a movie. I didn't, like, so when I saw that, I was like, thank God I don't have to lie about that anymore.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So thinking back about it, maybe I'd seen like a poster or maybe I did see a trailer back before and I just like remembered that subconsciously and just like said the trailer and it just so happened I thought like
maybe
because I saw it like in passing once as a little kid and maybe like my brain was like, oh, this is a scary thing, you remember?
It's like a reverse Mandela effect then. Like it's like, you instead of being like, I know this is real and it's not, you're like, this isn't real, but it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's manifesting. Like, if I believe hard enough, this can happen. And this is actually like a religion because you've heard of tulpas, right?
No.
So a tulpa is actually a pagan artifact where it's basically like it's kind of like voodoo. Basically, you like any object or basically like you make a doll. Basically, typically what a tulpa is like you build a doll of a person.
Spooky.
And then you basically will that this thing is alive so much that you actually give it life. Manifesting.
Pinocchio was a voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Puppet thing.
Actually, they actually found out that it is an allegory for the Trinity of Christ, the Father who creates the Son, and who's the Holy Spirit? Jiminy Cricket.
Oh. I did not pick up on that at all.
Me neither until I saw a TikTok about it. Could be wrong.
I see. Could be.
It's a good analogy.
Maybe they're manifesting that. I don't know.
manifesting myself as Pinocchio, I'd have something else grow every time I lie. If I had a growing nose like as a kid like that, my nose would be. I would have like turned into a donkey like minute one.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, because that you just said you like told the most outrageous lies just because.
Yeah, because I mean that's the first one I remember that was a big deal. That was like, oh my god. There was another one like the next year of school, or maybe the same year, because I was still a little shit and making up stories.
We all were.
During that time, you know, the Harry Potter movies were coming out. Big deal, very fun. So my cousins and my extended family are obsessed with Harry Potter. Like, they read the books way before the movies came out. They used to listen to the audiobooks on cassettes on repeat.
Oh.
Well, every time they showered, they would, like, once they finished the book series up until that point, they would just restart them in audiobook form. Like, they have them playing instead of music.
That's like a devotion to Harry Potter. That's not just a love.
But like they didn't like go to the parks or like have a bunch of merchandise. They just loved the books and the movies. But
to go through the whole series throughout every day of your life on repeat, that's commitment.
Yeah,
that is a lot of commitment.
I
there.
hated it when I visited there because it was
Harry
always
Potter
on,
all the time.
always on, always. But like I like Harry Potter. Like we weren't like I was raised Christian, but like my family, my mom loved Harry Potter. Like we loved.
Yeah, it was fun
because like we knew we could separate. Like, oh, this is all fiction. It's not real. So like as we like growing up in a religious home, like my mom was like, yeah, this isn't real. I'm like, yeah, duh.
Yeah,
it's wizards that run through a wall. Like
there's a friggin' griffin over there. Like,
yeah, Mom. Like,
what do you take
Mom.
me for, Mom? like, think I'm an idiot?
Yeah, look.
I am.
I already know.
But
just because I believed in Santa until I was 13 does not mean I'm an idiot.
Yeah, right. Just because I still wait for the tooth fairy, even as a 32-year-old adult.
My parents actually never did the tooth fairy.
Oh, really? Mine didn't either.
You know, because like literally I lost a tooth. I goes, oh, you get money for that, and I was like, oh, they're like, oh, if you leave money under your pillow, you get like. My dad gave me $1 when I was little.
Oh.
But then as I got older, as I got older, my mom started giving me 20s.
What?
Yeah. One time I lost 2, and I put them under my pillow. I woke up in the morning and I tapped my mom on the shoulder. I went, "Where's my money?"
Tell me why I've been hiding the same baby teeth since I was a kid, now well into my adulthood, and still have never gotten a penny for it.
Inflation.
Tell me why.
Inflation.
But she doesn't want my teeth? I thought, like, am I not special? Are my teeth not special?
Is it a kink thing? It sounds a little gross.
Well, the whole thing is weird, and you think about it. Why does the tooth fairy want...
Why are my teeth not good enough?
Why do you want the teeth in the first place? Why do people put their teeth under the pillow and have the tooth fairy come and take them away? What is the tooth fairy doing with those teeth?
Shiny teeth that twinkle just like the stars in space. That's the catchiest freaking song.
Yeah, that might be copyright. I don't know.
Yeah, me singing it is so copyright.
I'm just saying. That you could, they might have thought you were. Who was that? Was it
Chip Skylark?
No, I know the voice actor was Aaron Carter, right?
No, he was one of the NSYNC guys.
It was one of NSYNC guys.
I can't remember which one.
Not a Backstreet Boy then.
You know what?
No, we don't need this.
No Google.
We don't need this.
No Google.
It was
one
elder
of the
millennials
NSYNC guys.
now, or not elder millennials, but we're older.
Because I know
than the Gen
two of them
Zs.
were gay, but they didn't get married to. Did they get married to each other? No.
I don't think so.
No,
you're talking about
what's his name?
Lance Bass.
Yes.
And
it wasn't Lance Bass. It was the other one.
Joey Fatone, but he's not gay.
It might have been Joey Fatone actually.
But he's not gay.
I know, but like I'm just saying like.
But he might have gotten gay married to Lance Bass, as far as we know, secretly.
I mean, good. Hey. This thing's spooky, guys.
It's haunted.
I just got to turn it back on. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. It'll be like an Easter egg. Once in a while, it'll switch back to Ghost Pixel.
Keeps trying to just scare us.
Yeah.
Jump scare.
Jump scare us. Yeah, very, very quietly, doing nothing at all, but just being there, waiting for you to just go like,
back to Harry Potter.
Yeah, right.
So they were all the rage, and I think either the third one was going to come out soon. Prisoner of Azkaban, best one, by the way, in my opinion. And in that movie, a certain character is introduced, Bellatrix Lestrange. She's introduced in that movie, whatever, like towards the end. But nobody, I believe at the time that wasn't revealed yet, and I could be wrong on the dates of when I'm saying this because the way this story happened was we were all walking back from recess with my same group of friends, and we were talking about people with crazy names. And I said, "Oh, I have a friend in Europe. Her name is Bellatrix."
I see. Your European girlfriend, Bellatrix.
No, we just chatted on Club Penguin.
Oh, okay. We just have each other's like AIM handle.
I didn't.
Wasn't even called a handle.
I never
back then.
used AIM.
Dude, I used AIM all the time. I was
never
always chatting
No,
up
you
honeys
were
on
the
AIM,
cool one
dude.
because your mom let you get a MySpace on. I wasn't allowed to have AIM or MySpace.
Oh, really?
Or nothing.
You couldn't even send pictures on AIM.
No, I couldn't. No, because it doesn't matter. I wasn't allowed to have it. So I made a Facebook in secret when
No,
that was a thing.
I was chatting up mad honeys on AIM. Didn't date a single one of them.
Yeah,
But I
she goes-
talked to them on AIM. I tell you what, we talked.
Oh, you did?
We chatted about random crap for days. Never once made a move.
Yeah, because you're like, I'm 13.
Yeah.
And the other guy's like, I'm also 13.
No, these were girls I knew. These were like these were girls
I
from
know.
school, you know, not Bellatrix from Europe.
My name is Young Boy, 482. Born in 82.
Born in '82.
I don't know. Lil Boy, Lil
Yeah,
Boy,
Lil Boy.
89,
Yeah.
or Lil Boy 69XX.
Gosh, that'd be the worst, like most problematic rapper name
Lil
in the world.
DaBaby.
The baby, also problematic.
He's also problematic.
yeah.
P Diddy.
I was gonna bring that up at some point. I don't know when.
No, I'm just thinking of the name. P Diddy. Diddle.
Oh
Ew.
gosh, I didn't
P.
think about
Diddle?
that. No, but you remember the big plug right here for Tupac killed Biggie Smalls episode. You remember that episode? I made P Diddy the villain because he is.
He is a
The
villain.
facts are true, but I remember I even like tempered it a little bit because I was like, all right, you know, P Diddy, he's a bad guy, but like whatever.
You did this with Onision too. You called it out way ahead of
Oh,
time.
way ahead, yeah. And so anyway, I did that whole thing, talked about P. Diddy. It's all his fault. He's the reason that Biggie Smalls is dead. He tried to kill Tupac, whatever. And then all this comes out, and I'm like, bro, if that's not confirmation that I was onto something, I mean, everybody go find that video or that podcast and like share it with your friends.
It's
I
our
think I was onto
podcast,
something.
by the way. The
Yeah.
way you're saying, you're like, go find the weird episode. Like that's not. I was like, didn't we make that episode?
No, we did, I'm talking to the viewers.
Okay,
The
yeah.
dozen.
I put here. Like, I'll do
viewers.
it again. Thumbnail.
The 10 of viewers that we're gonna have. I'm letting
10
them know.
of viewers.
Yeah, I'm letting them know to check out that video. And we've already, like, one more time, just for good measure, right here, okay? But yeah, anyway, I wanted to bring that up at some point. You just gave me a good segue. P. Diddy has been a villain for a long, long time, and he's finally getting his dues.
Yeah. Is anything happening to him? I know.
He's going to jail, isn't he?
I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with it. All I know is that people thought he fled the country and his plane went to Antigua and then came back, but he never was on the plane. It was
Yeah.
just in Miami the whole time.
He was trying to do the perfect crime, right? Like, he was...
Like pretend he ran away.
yeah,
but then
he was trying to
he's
send a
just
plane...
like,
You remember How to Fake Your Own Death? You remember that video?
Yeah.
A guy did that, right? He
Yeah.
downed a plane on purpose and pretended to be on it. Same kind of thing.
well, like
you know?
his plane just landed in Antigua and then came back.
Yeah, because he wanted people to think he went to Antigua, but he didn't.
Yeah, because like people saw his plane land and then nobody got off the plane.
Yeah. It's like you make a getaway, you send the plane to Mexico, and
Like,
you drive
oh.
to Canada.
He's like, oh, there goes P. Diddy. And he's like, and he's standing in the airport. He's like, yeah, there he goes.
Yeah.
Right there.
There goes P. Diddy,
They're like-
man. Hate that guy.
Does a Spider-Man thing.
Yeah. So you've been trying to talk about Harry Potter for a minute. Bellatrix from Europe.
Yeah.
Carry
Bellatrix
on.
from Europe. And they're like, and I was like, you'll never guess her last name. But I didn't say Lestrange. I said La Purple.
Ah.
But
You
that-
manifested that one a little bit wrong.
A little bit wrong. But I found out later that her name was, like, when I went and saw the movie, like,
Yeah.
shortly thereafter, if my timing is correct. It could be very wrong. Could have been years later when that came out. Because I
Yeah.
remember still being in either 3rd or 4th grade.
Right.
And I think when I found out that one of the characters was named Bellatrix, I was like, whew, off the hook again. It's a real name.
That's true. A real, like, wizard name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Hermione, right?
Hermione?
Yeah, Hermione, but it's if you were to say it like it's spelled, it's Hermione.
Ronaldo Wellesley?
Yeah, these are terrible real life names. Nobody should name their kid any of these
Ronald
names.
Weasley.
Even Harry and Ronald.
Potter? Harry Potter.
And yeah, Cerberus, terrible name.
What's it? Cedric Diggory.
Cedric, honestly, best name of the whole thing, actually. Cedric Diggory is actually an okay name.
Yeah, he fucking ate it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, well.
Did you put her name in the Goblet of Fire? I love how, like, the audiobook version was, Dumbledore calmly asked Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? The book version, it's like this, like, it's a 3D, like, someone did a 3D like remake of it, and it's him running up and goes, Harry, he picks him up and body slams like, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? And then like throws him against the wall. He's like bleeding. He's like, did you put your name?
I saw one that was like, it was just a meme, but it was like, Harry Potter, did you put my name on the sex offender registry?
No, my favorite one is, like Scoob, when I said fixed, I thought they meant like a sandwich. Raggy, where are my resticles, Raggy? I love that one. Where are my resticles, Raggy?
I've never seen that, but oh man.
I can't. If you just search
so
"Where are my
bad.
testicles, Shaggy," it'll come up. It's so funny.
I'll have to look that up. I'm gonna get flagged for it, but
I've recently learned I can do a okay Shaggy.
that was pretty good. That was pretty good, Shaggy.
I mean, hey, you're rocking the
Scooby-
Shaggy look today.
Oh, I am. I'm wearing the shirt. Yeah. I actually just was not prepared to record today. I just was already wearing what I was wearing.
Hey, Ghost came back.
No, yeah, there he is.
How's it going, Ghost? There's one more manifestation thing that's happened recently.
Okay.
So, if you are aware, we live in the Dallas area in Texas, and it was announced recently that they are building like. You motherfucker! Edit it out. There, now I'll hear it.
Nick Cooter, did you put your address on our podcast?
Did you dox me?
Did you dox yourself?
Death, doxed, and deceased.
Yeah. No, it
Nope.
was it was like you kill them, you dox them, then you cancel them.
Yeah, death, doxed, and canceled.
Yep, that's right.
I tried to think of the triple D. I
Yeah.
wanted to do like a dodgeball thing. It was like death, doxed, and deceased. Death twice.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be dead twice. What's another? Is there a D word for canceled?
Deplatformed.
Yeah, that's a good one. Death, dox, and deplatform.
Boom. Put it on a
There
shirt.
we go. Put that on a shirt. Future us. Put that on a shirt. I'm
put it
making a
on.
note right now so I don't forget to put that on a shirt one day. All right, yeah, this recently happened.
So they announced recently they're putting in a Universal theme park right like in the Dallas area, like
Okay.
North Dallas area.
Yeah, that's vague enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're putting in a Universal park. It's not a studio. It's more like a kid-centric theme
Yeah,
park.
it's for like littles, like 6 and under or something.
So I remember about like before the pandemic, pre-2020, I was talking with some college friends and my wife at the time about like, there's always been rumors they were going to put a Legoland here and they were going to put a Disney World, which I found out was Texas was on the map for putting like a American themed Old West style Disney World back in like the 90s.
That could have been kind of fun.
It got very scrapped. It was called like American Dream or something. If you watch Defunctland, you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't, but I'll look it up. But that
you
could have
would
been
like.
fun.
He does like very big documentaries on like defunct like theme park rides and stuff. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
I dig that stuff.
He's a big YouTuber. You should check
Yeah.
him out. He's really cool. But basically, I was like, you know what they're gonna put? They're gonna end up putting a Universal here. What did they put here?
Friggin' Universal.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I did that.
You did. You put the Universal right in
I
our
did
backyard.
that.
You also gave us all the traffic and increased property taxes. So thanks, jerk.
You're welcome. Hail Satan.
Yeah.
Well, not peace. It'd be more like Hail Satan.
Well, I'd like to take this moment to say welcome to the Zeitgeist podcast.
See, I thought this could turn into like a thing.
It's a thing. It's a
'cause
thing.
I've got more.
You've got more.
I've got more.
Well, can you introduce the podcast before we continue?
Welcome to the
Towards the
Zeitgeist
end.
podcast. 30 minutes in.
Yep.
I guess this is what this one's gonna be. It'll be a shorter one. Just
I'm happy with it. This
talk
is fun.
about manifesting. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I
Manifest
don't.
Destiny. That's what the Disney park would have been called.
That's-
Manifest Destiny.
So I've learned that manifest destiny is not a politically correct term to use anymore.
No, I know. But like this was like in the late '90s. Disney was gonna put an Old West park. They probably would have used that.
They would have. You're right. As in culturally insensitive as they are.
Yeah. See, that one I knew. That one, like I understand that one. The term "guys" being a problem, I still don't get.
No, because so to clarify,
I listened to that podcast and I'm still on my own side there.
it is not a problem. It is just one. It's right now. I think in certain groups, like if you were to go to like someone who was very like left, like very like scary left, they would be the ones to point it out.
I
an
see.
everyday person, I still feel like guys is in the very much the gray area where it means just a general term.
That's what I'm saying,
Yes.
bro.
And I think what some people are saying, like, since the argument is the word is gendered, much as like how back in the day people used to say gay meant stupid. Like,
But again, that's very different.
yes, you're right. And that's
context.
why I'm saying, like, it is so weird to say, like, oh, guys is like, it's not that it's like not PC, it's that it's out of fashion. It's not it's out of fashion.
I know. And you said that. And like I said, I still continue to do this. And I go the other way. If I'm going to be out of fashion, I'm going to use like 1800s words, you know?
Thy
Poppycock.
poppycock.
That's poppycock.
You know what I really wanted to start doing is like instead of like being like, oh, you idiot, like be like, you fool.
Yeah.
It's
fool.
hard. You're such a fool. Like, oh.
You, sir, are no sharper than a tin of beans.
No, my favorite thing to do that I've heard is that it's like when you are driving and you get that road rage, and instead of driving by someone and flipping them off, just drive by and go, just give them the thumbs down. They'll go,
Even better.
what did I do?
You do the old like Roman emperor, so you start here and you just go.
And just like,
You let them know that you're like, hey, I'm kind of considering it, but also nah.
like, don't even look disappointed. Like, don't even look mad. Just look like, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
Like,
For shame.
you didn't kill me. You didn't run me off the road and kill me.
I've been waiting for this. What is wrong with you? You had the opportunity and you didn't take it.
So, I guess there's only one thing left to do.
Got to do it myself. Yeah.
Just confusion.
Just mass confusion.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about more about dream predictions I had when I was a kid.
Oh, those are fun.
So one thing I'm very jealous of you is back in the day, I don't know if you still do it, you used to brag about how you could lucid dream.
I could, and I
hate you.
have, but I haven't for a while. I did have one like semi-recently.
I
pretty
hate
dope.
you. I have tried every technique in the book. I just can't.
It wasn't on purpose. Like every time I've done it.
Wow.
Well, I'm just saying, like every time I've done it, it had to just be like circumstantial. And I'll talk about one of mine, but I know you want to get to yours, so.
Well, I
can
mean,
hold off.
mine was just the first. Just to kind of say what I mean, when I was really little, like I'm talking like 4 or 5. When I remember this very clearly, and only this little bit. I was in like a really young house. My sister was a really newer house. My sister was a brand new little gremlin baby, and my mom. I used to call for her to get out of my bed, even though I could easily get out, like some toddlers do. But in my dream that night, I remember on the coffee table, there was a really cool blue and orange Hot Wheels I'd never seen before. It was sitting right there on the table, on the coffee table. And I saw me walking like I saw the camera angle of my POV of the shot. So the next morning, my mom is carrying me down the stairs, and I don't know why I remember this so well. And I'm looking at this car on the table in real life.
In real life.
And I see it in the same way I did in my dream, and it broke my brain as a 5-year-old. I was like,
wow, absolutely.
I was like,
You're like, little you is like, you know, you're like, your mom's got you under her arm. You look up, you're like, Mom, the hell is that? What am I looking at here?
Mom, what the fuck is this? Fuck is this, Mom?
You can you explain? Mom? Mother?
I slam it down and like I walk up like to like the counter, and you can't even see my head. You just feel like, what is this shit?
Yeah, what?
But I remember looking at it and going, Mom, who is this my Hot Wheel? I've never seen it. And she goes, and she basically gave me the response of, that's nice, dear. 'Cause she was like in the kitchen doing something. She's like, oh, I don't know. I guess you just forgot about it. But I did not forget about it. This was never been there
there was
before.
a portal to another dimension there, and you crossed through.
Manifesting.
Lucid dreaming's not as cool as that, I'll say. I would love it if I had a dream and, like, you know, I woke up and I was like, oh, that was real. But also I would hate it because lucid dreaming only taught me one thing, and it's that I am a psychopath who cannot be given any ounce of power.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I want to hear. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, because if I did, let me just tell
I don't
you.
think you've ever actually told me what you've done in your lucid dreams.
No.
Even back in the day.
No, I don't. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I mean, I feel some amount of shame because it's like I wake up and I'm like, why was I just a horrible person?
Okay, you go,
So,
and then I'm going to
yeah.
actually, I just remembered one dream you've told me before.
Okay.
When I used to spend the night at your house back in middle school.
Yeah.
But you go.
So this one, I might have been like the first time I had a lucid dream. I don't remember, but I distinctly just remember I was like on one side of some train tracks, and on the other side there was like this like brick building that I don't know. I guess it was a house, maybe it was an apartment complex, maybe a parking garage, I don't know. But there was like a brick building there. And I just remember like my dream self was just walking along. It was just kind of just puttering down these train tracks. And I was like, I want to see what the front of that building looks like, you know? And so I was walking around the building to the front. I get to a point where it just kind of like stopped being rendered. It was like there was just nothing there. And I spawned back on the train tracks again. And I was like, that was friggin' weird. All right, let me go look at the front of the building again. So I go around and boop, come right back. And I'm like, holy crap, I'm dreaming. And then I was like, all right, I've never had a flying dream. Let's fly. So I started flying, right? And I'm like, sick. So I'm flying around and I'm like, what do we do next?
Okay,
And,
I have a question.
Yeah.
In these type of dreams, do you feel as conscious as you do like right now?
Oh, yeah. That's why I remember
Are
it
you
so
kidding
well.
me?
No. Like, genuinely, I remember it this well because it feels like it really happened.
Yeah, I've never had a lucid dream then. Because every dream I've ever, because like, so when you wake up, does it feel just as foggy as like a normal dream would be? Like you like quickly forget stuff?
No, it's pretty sharp. But it's only it only happened a couple times, and this one was the first one. And anyway, I started
We
flying
based
around.
a movie script off of my dream.
We did, but your dream was great.
The dream was stupid.
It was dumb, but it was a lot of fun.
See, I don't have control over my dreams. I choreographed a dance number.
You did, and it was great. That was your
actually
subconscious.
pretty good.
Yeah, it was. The dance number would have worked. If only Walking on Sunshine wasn't copyrighted, then would have been a hit.
Pay for the license.
Yeah, we should have paid for the license. But anyway, yeah. So I started flying, and I was like, "What do we do next?" And so then this is where I started to be like, like I have infinite power, right? So I was like, flying, and I was like, I bet I could knock a bird out of the air.
Oh
and
my-
my
that's where it
dream
starts.
made a bird show up, and I straight up just went like pow, and I just punched the bird out of the air. And then I was like, let's see if I can find people. So I start flying into windows. Like there's like these high-rise buildings. I start like flying into people's windows and just straight up punching them in the face, dude.
This
I
is
don't
like
know
a
why.
side-eye happiness sketch.
There's no rhyme or reason for this. It was like I just wanted to see what I could do, which is why I know I'm like secretly I'm a psychopath, right? So I
Thank
fly
God you
into
have
this guy's
that outlet.
window, fly into this guy's window, right? And he's like, again, everything's like kind of poorly rendered because I guess my brain's making it up on the fly. So he's like he's an 8-bit version of Punch Out, the big fighter
Lomac.
from Punch. No, the big one, the boss.
Coach.
No, like
one of
the big
Mike
boss
Tyson?
guy. Was Mike Tyson the big boss of
He was
Punch
the
Out?
main guy in like that in Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Okay, well anyway, he was one of those like Punch Out looking dudes, right? And so he was like a little bit pixelated, but like kind of still 3D, just like badly done for. I guess that was 3D
Like low
animation
poly.
at the time. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a PS2 game.
Yeah, it was like Mario 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. So anyway, but he's got his boxing gloves on, and I'm like, all right, we're doing this, right? So I'm like, pa pa pa, and I just punched the crap out of this guy. And then I'm like, I start raiding his fridge.
What?
I know, dude. I don't know why. I was just like, let's see if I can find anything in the fridge. And then I fly out and I go into somebody else's window. I punch them, right? And I just started just hurting people, causing mass chaos. I lit some stuff on fire. Like it was I just did a bunch of weird stuff. And then I woke up and I was like,
You did the serial killer speed run. Started with her harming animals.
yeah,
Then
true.
physical violence.
Yeah.
Breaking and entering.
I don't think I
Arson.
actually. I don't think
Arson.
Arson. I don't think I actually killed anyone though in the dream. I just hurt him, but I shouldn't have.
You hurt. I thought you said I just heard them. Like you heard their screams.
No, I hurt them physically. No, they didn't make any noise.
You're just like standing on a building. Like, it's all in like ashes, and you're just here. Like,
No, I
great
definitely. I don't
dream.
remember. This part is where it gets foggy. I know there was fire somewhere. I don't remember what I lit on fire, or if it was even me, or something just happened to be on fire. I don't know. But yeah, that was my first lucid dream. And then when I woke up, it was like very clear that like that was a dream, but it was also like I actually knew what I was doing. Yeah, it was a weird time.
I'm very jealous because I have done every tip and trick in the book to try and lucid dream, and I found out that typically people that have like ADHD and stuff like that can't lucid dream because their minds are already way too freaking active.
Oh, that makes sense.
So like you can't like because my dreams are just as freaking crazy as my normal brain is. It's like,
Oh,
you're
sure.
doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and now
Yeah.
you're here, now you're there. It's like,
Right.
And then I wake up, I'm like, what did I just do? And it's like, I think you went to school, and then you were naked at one point, and that's it. Yeah, I have so many naked school dreams.
That might be some uncovered or covered anxiety in there that like you're afraid of
I
being
don't care.
vulnerable.
Yeah, I'm afraid of like being naked in my 12th grade Bible class.
Yeah.
And most of them were of me hiding under a desk and Mr. and laughing at me.
He would though.
He would. He would. So do you? Side note: do you remember back then whenever we tried to make that video and and ate that bar, that granola bar, like Lady and the Tramp did?
Oh yeah.
And Mr.
About that.
Mr. filmed it, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm gonna edit this together and I'll show it," and he never did. And I was like, "Why would he never do?" And I was like, "That was probably why."
That's yeah.
He's probably like, "I would look really weird showing this video of children that I edited together myself.
Yeah.
How weird would that look?"
Yeah,
I'm like,
that was the right move not to do
good.
that.
That was a very. I was disappointed, but I was like, it's probably a good idea for
As-
him not to do that.
In retrospect, I get it.
I
Yeah.
get, yeah. In retrospect, I understand as an adult. But back then, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
the hell. I was like, the frick.
Yeah, man.
What the frick, man? Dang it.
Yeah. And you were Napoleon Dynamite for whatever reason.
I mean, basically, because I didn't start cursing until like my 12th year in church. Believe it or not, my youth group. For those who didn't grow up in church, youth groups are nasty. Same with band kids, because most of the band kids go to youth group, and mixing all that repression together is nasty.
Yeah.
This is real nasty.
I didn't make any mistakes in youth group, but
Oh, I did.
maybe I almost did.
Not that kind of mistake. I only
No.
climbed on the roof of a Taco Bell and got everybody banned from Taco Bell forever. But anyway.
That's right, you did do that.
Yeah, I felt really bad, but it didn't matter. I hate you for lucid dreaming, but
You're welcome.
there was one dream you told me, or you told me you could lucid dream. It was before I knew what it was, and it's
Yeah.
back whenever I used to spend the night at your house. This is back in like middle elementary school,
Mm-hmm.
and I slept on that pull-out bed under your bed, and you had your glow-in-the-dark stars, and it's where we discovered
That's dope.
the alien leg.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I looked at that picture again. It's not there.
Yeah, I know it's not there.
I
Have we talked about that on here before?
mean, if there's ever an episode to do it, it's now because we don't really have a plot.
Yeah, this
So-
is the manifestation episode. We manifest whatever we want.
So I want to be able to show the picture, but I know it won't have the leg on it,
Well,
so
at
it
least we
loses
should
all
have
power.
the picture. I can like Photoshop something into it.
I guess yeah, you could because you
Like-
remember what it looked like, right? It was like silvery.
That
and-
gray leg that had like
Yeah.
a really big thigh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the thick
That
alien,
thick alien leg.
thick with a Q. You know
It would
what I
look
mean?
like a horse leg in a way, right? It looked like a
Kinda.
gray horse leg.
Kinda, but it didn't have a hoof. It had like kind of
Like a tentacle end.
yeah.
Because like the thing is
It was
like,
like it was like a split like this.
so this picture was taken in a charter bus because we were in New York.
I don't remember where we were. It was some kind of class trip, but I had a disposable camera, which
Yeah.
was all the rage back then. Couldn't take pictures with your phones yet. So.
No, we went to. It was when we were in marching band and we went to Disney
it was
World.
Disney World, yeah. So
Yeah.
that was probably like sophomore
year.
year of high school.
No, it was
something like
eighth
that.
grade.
Was it eighth grade?
Yeah, it was the
Okay.
summer of eighth grade.
That's right. So going into freshman year, yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't take good photos with the phone yet, so you had disposable
Yeah.
cameras and you got the film developed.
Which are still fun to do.
Still fun, yeah.
But like, so we took those, and I think because you took two like in a row, I guess.
Yeah,
just
just
like
randomly.
of the aisle of the bus from the back,
I
and
took a
nobody
lot
was
of weird
looking at the
pictures.
camera.
No, I wasn't taking a picture of anybody. I was just, like I had a certain number of pictures to take before my film ran out, and I'm taking all of them. I'm getting my money's worth.
I mean,
That like $3 for that digital camera. I'm getting my money's worth. Dang it.
right. And so like, so it's kind of, I don't know. Remember if you were sitting on the ground because we all sat on the ground on the bus a lot, or you were
Yeah.
just sitting in a back row. But like, you took it of the row, and then out of one of the aisles is like this dangling gray leg that doesn't like have a human skin tone, and it's just this weird shape. And like at first, like you may be thinking, oh, it's like a blurry picture, but there's this leg here, and the leg looks blurry, right? But the rest
Yeah.
of the picture did not.
It didn't. It was like the closest I could describe it is like Silver Surfer. Like it was like that
Yes.
kind of tone where it's like a little bit off, a little shimmery, but definitely did not belong there.
So the only reason I can think of how that happened is because there was a version with it and a version without it, and then you took them back to back, I think.
I must have because I found the picture and there's nothing in it, and I guess I don't have the picture that had it in it. I don't know.
Or someone came and
there
took
was
it.
maybe there was just one picture and it's suddenly gone. I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember you had one with it and one without it because we kept flopping back and forth. I remember
I
that.
guess I must have had two. So somebody went and got that one.
I get.
Men in Black. You know what I'm saying?
I see you.
No.
Naughty, naughty. But The only thing I can think of how that happened, since you took one so quickly back to back, it could have been just a double exposure. Or it's like
Could have been.
basically like when you took the second picture, the lens hadn't closed all the way yet.
Could have been.
And so it left an artifact from the previous picture. But what artifact would that be? Because you didn't move and there was nothing else there.
There was nothing there. So I don't know. That's one of the mysteries of my life. And the fact that you saw it too, like, helps me be validated that it really did happen.
Because I remember seeing the stack of photos on your nightstand or something. And I was looking at it and I was like, and then all of a sudden I go, what is this thing in this picture? And it went, you can see that thing too. I was like, yeah. And you're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
What is it? I was like, I don't know. What is that thing?
Yeah. No, I genuinely thought it was just like, I was just out of my mind. Every time I would look at it, I'd be like, I guess I'm just seeing things.
Maybe you should ask your parents. Maybe they have just like old photo albums anywhere.
Maybe. They gave me all of the old photos that I took. So I do have it somewhere. But I remember going through it multiple times throughout the years, throughout the decades since then. And
maybe one day I'll come over and we'll help do a deep dive and look through it. But anyway, back to hating you about lucid dreaming.
Yeah, right.
The last thing I'll touch on, because we've already been doing this for like 50 minutes, man. But is that I remember laying in bed and we would, like, whenever you're like young and doing a sleepover, you stay up and talk about random stuff. And he was like, yeah, have you ever had a dream where you can like actually like control it and do what you want? And I was like, probably. And knowing myself back then, I was probably like, yeah,
all the time.
All the time, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it
You
like
think I'm
four
a
times,
loser or
four times
something?
like every night, like twice a night.
Yeah.
Like even while I'm napping.
Right.
Lucid nap.
Yeah.
Lucid daydream.
Lucid daydream while I'm awake.
I'm like the master of it, but like
I'm the best there's ever been.
and I was like, but like, just so you can remind me, like, what is it like? But I remember you were like, yeah, but you can like, I can just like create my own dream, and then I remember you laying there, and you close your eyes, and you're like, I see a train. Something about trains with you. You're like, it's black and white. I'm running on top of the train, and now I have watermelons. There's watermelons now. And I was like,
I do remember that.
You remember that? Like,
so what
something
was
like
happening
that.
there? That wasn't necessarily lucid dreaming, but I was really already overtired. And it was at that point where I'm between awake and asleep. And so every time I closed my eyes, I immediately saw something. And I was just like, I'm just going to tell you what I see. And I saw a bunch of weird crap.
See, now I can do that. Like when I'm like half asleep.
No,
like,
that one wasn't nearly as special.
most of the time when I'm half asleep and stuff starts showing up in my head, it's most of the time it's like stuff that I've just been thinking about all the time. It's like me getting a phone call from like some collection agency. It's like, you didn't pay your medical bill. I'm like, no,
my credit
credit. And they're like, hey, like turning the dial down.
Yeah.
It's like 600,
Yeah.
$5.99.
Yeah.
No,
$4.99. Holy crap!
Ah!
We're all gonna die.
No credit. Well, it's better than having bad
Credit score is 8. And you're like, no.
And then in the
I'd
background,
rather have it be 0 than 8. I don't know why that's worse.
well, no credit. No credit's better than good, bad credit.
But no credit
credits.
is still bad credit, isn't it?
No credit, having 0 credit history whatsoever is better than having bad credit.
I guess that's true.
Because technically you haven't started having bad credit yet.
Yeah, you haven't made those mistakes yet, but you
you're not
will.
a true you're not a true American unless you have debt.
Yeah, lots of it.
As I've said before, debt is the American dream.
Approximately $300,000 worth of debt on average.
Yeah, pretty close.
I think that's true. I don't know.
For me, it is.
Yeah.
That's a lot of medical bills on my end, but I just had some fun stuff for all you Gen Zers out there. I know this is out of trend, but for the past week, I've had the song. Do you know the song "Sticking Out Your Gap for the Rizzler"?
No.
Sticking out your gap for the Rizzler.
I do not know that song.
Well, it's a meme song. Do you know what
Okay.
any of the words I said mean?
Gat is a gun?
No.
Not anymore? Okay.
Yeah, no. It's spelled Gywwatt,
Oh.
like yeah.
Gat. Okay, I thought it was gat, you know.
yeah.
Like
It's like a noise.
rat-a-tat-tat, the sound of my gat.
Okay. So
Okay, so
take your bets on what you're gonna think it is.
Sticking out.
Your gap
Is
for the Rizzler.
I understand what sticking something out is.
Right.
That hasn't changed, right?
That has not
Okay.
changed.
4, I have a pretty good idea. The
Okay, but what is gat? Best guess.
dude,
I think I've explained Rizzler to you before. Or Riz.
I had a long conversation about what the heck Riz is.
So you know what Riz is.
I know what Riz is. Gat is it I don't even know.
It's a big ass. Big booty.
But that doesn't make sense.
So it comes from when you see a big booty and go, God damn! It's just the gat part.
So
It's kind of clever.
it's kind of clever. I didn't expect that. Okay, gotcha. And the Rizzler is just somebody with a lot of Riz.
Yeah, because you remember how in the Lorax the Onceler was like everyone was crushed on him.
Yeah.
Rizzler, Onceler, kind of.
I get
just
it.
like
I was
it's got
thinking
swag.
I was thinking like Riddler.
For all you millennials out there, swag.
Swag is Riz.
Stuff we all get.
It was explained to me that like people like having Riz is the equivalent of having swag was back in 2007 or whatever.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Never had either.
Riz is the new
But-
swag.
Okay.
And swag was always stupid.
Yeah.
There's a picture of me with a shirt on that says, I don't have swag, I have Gangnam style. And I want to burn that. I need to find that, and it's on my Facebook. I'll post it up on here. But
it's so bad.
it's the most millennial ass picture I've ever seen of myself. And I'm with like some random like giant like black guy wanted to take a picture of me because he was laughing at my shirt so much.
So you thought he was laughing with you.
Yes,
But
but
in
he was
fact-
in fact laughing at me.
Yeah. And to be fair to you though, Gangnam Style was the most viewed video of all time for a while.
Then
I don't know if
Baby
it
Shark
still
came
is.
along. No,
Was
Baby,
it
Baby Shark's still
Okay.
number one.
But that was like it was a huge hit. So you know, but people took it too far. People doing the friggin' dance everywhere. Like
Oh.
I got over that. If the only good thing is that it kind of replaced Harlem Shake, but even that was
Harlem
like
Shake was fun.
Harlem Shake went too far.
It
Harlem
did.
Shake went too far.
It was fun though.
It was like you don't need everybody like you know like okay my doctor's office is doing the friggin' Harlem Shake and I'm sitting there waiting for my appointment right and like I'm trying to read my magazine and you got somebody who's like you know doing a headstand right next to me and they're just twerking right here and I'm just like you know like it was too much. It's too much.
So much twerking.
That guy, the guy that became a children's show icon, like tried to take a dump on me during a Harlem Shake video.
What?
Yeah, what's his name? What's that guy's name with the glasses? What's his name?
There's
Dang
a
it.
lot of guy was
He wears like a little stripy hat and like and suspenders and a bow tie.
Blippy.
Yeah, Blippy. Yeah, he tried. Yeah, he tried to poop on me in a Harlem Shake video.
I forgot he did that.
Yeah, that was me.
Well,
Look it up.
Well, there's multiple
It
Blippies
wasn't
now.
me.
So
There's multiple Blippies.
Yeah.
Like multiple timeline Blippies or.
I mean, well, they just have multiple like actors playing Blippy so they can do more filming. 'Cause-
Oh, I see.
And I think the guy that originally did it is getting a little older, so I think he's trying to step away and put.
Fair.
But the thing is, he looks nothing like the other guy. So whenever like my youngest watched Blippy and they started swapping him out, she would go, "That's not Blippy.
That's all of
That
us-
man back there is not real."
All of us with a that was great. I wish I was on that flight, man. I really want to know what the heck is
I've
going
never
on.
been on a flight that has that kind of drama on it, but I feel like they happen all the time.
And there's always a video somewhere.
I should
There was that one flight that was like over the Atlantic, and they literally turned around because somebody had violent diarrhea down the aisle.
Yes, I remember that.
I'm like, I don't want to be on that flight,
The booby
but
plane.
at least it would have been a good story, you know?
I don't think I could have handled it on that flight.
No,
but I mean,
maybe
like,
not.
as far as
Maybe
like
not.
people just being weird and crazy, but like I've never had that happen. And you know, you know what I need to do? I just need to ride a Boeing plane.
Yeah, that's true.
That'll have a story.
Then you'll have a story, yeah. Yeah, I got a discount on my ticket because I held the door on the entire time.
Yeah.
That was the requirement for the emergency exit row. You had to hold the door the whole
I had
time.
to sign a 1099 because it's technically contract work. But they
needed to be able to tax me for that deduction.
my title was screw replacement.
Yeah. I was just...
You got
I was
screwed.
nothing but a screw.
I was trying to close this out with this.
Yeah.
So sticking out your big ass for the Rizzler.
Gotcha.
I came up with better alternatives for that.
Okay.
So instead of sticking out your gat for the Rizzler, you got to make it more phonetic, like sticking out your balls for the baller.
Yeah?
And sticking out your butt for the butler.
All right. I can get behind either of those.
All right, and that covers the funny. That'll be $227.
No, thank you.
All right, you'll
You just invoice me. It'll be fine.
So, well, after this, you will be getting a call from a collection agency,
I'm already
and
tremendously in debt, so.
you'll be getting another call about a survey. Just press 5 every time, and
Okay.
that really helps me out.
You know, every time people ask me, I intentionally give all ones. Just because they have the gall to try and take more of my time. Time is valuable.
Well,
So I'm going to waste it and
well.
give them negative reviews.
Greg is going straight to hell.
No, I don't actually do that. But I don't give 5s. I do it based on the service. I get detailed.
Okay, yes.
Like, I'm like, you want to know? I'm going to tell you.
So I will only, like, this is typical for, like, Yelp reviews, too. I only ever actually rate honestly if I have a negative experience. If I have a neutral or good experience, I will just always give the top marks.
Yeah. I mean, well, okay. So I did this recently. Setting up SiriusXM. It's a pain in the butt.
Why?
Okay.
You,
What do you mean why?
you sounded like my father. Sirius XM.
Is that not a thing anymore?
No.
They've got a lot of channels.
Channels.
There's channels.
You have to listen to channels.
Yeah. What? I could like.
Oh,
if I
listen to
don't.
Howard Stern.
No, if I don't have cell service, if I'm on a road trip, SiriusXM still works.
Okay.
See what I mean? There's value.
Well,
anyway, so I was trying to set it
You
up.
could download our podcast.
I could download our podcast
on many different services such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, D's Nuts. I don't know.
SiriusXM.
Or Deezer. Deezer's one.
We're not on SiriusXM, I don't think, actually. They do have podcasts. Anyway, so I was trying to set it up. It took way more steps than it needed. I needed to confirm my account information like 3 times. And afterwards, the guy was like, please take this survey. And it was like rated 1 to 5. And I was like, 4. And they're like, why? And I'm like, because the guy solved my problem. I got it done. But it took way more steps than it needed. And it was kind of annoying. And I put that in the notes. And it's not the guy's fault. So that's why I didn't give a 3. But I'm just saying, like, processes will not improve. We cannot expect change if we do not raise our voice.
Right.
Fight for the people.
All the people.
The ones who use SiriusXM and hate setting it up.
You're not making. You are the. Almond dad's not the right term. You are the resident millennial. I'm gonna consider myself the Gen Z because
That's
I'm on the
fair.
cusp. I will be
Yeah.
the Gen Z. We'll split
That's
the
fair.
difference. You'll be the millennial. I'll be the Gen Z.
That's honestly the role I fit into. I feel great affinity for Gen X, as a matter of fact.
the generation nobody cares about.
I know, but it's like when I talk to them, I'm like, actually, I kind of relate to you better, you know? I don't know why. I don't have anything against the young folks. I really don't. Except that I use the term "the young folks." Look at me. Look how old I am.
Youngins.
I'm not even that old. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Something's wrong with me. I
turned 30 in a
problems.
month or 2 months, and
Yeah.
I swear I've been trying to eat healthier. I've been trying to work out more. My body is just my eyes watering too, and my body's just falling apart. Like I have more skin issues. My back hurts constantly, and my all of my sister's friends are chiropractors, so I get free adjustments on them, and
Oh,
nothing
that's cool.
helps.
Oh, well.
And well, I mean, it helps for like a day, and then it's like, ha, I'm fat fuck, here, start your back again.
It doesn't get
From
better after
sleeping.
30 either.
No.
I told you I literally like sprained my back like tying my shoe, right?
Oh yeah.
It's just after 30 it just goes downhill. But anyway, we've been doing this too long. We don't even have a plot for this episode.
It's called manifesting.
Manifesting is the episode. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Also follow us on any of the various podcast platforms that you happen to be on. Nick is going to go get some eye drops, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.